I'm fired up and I'm ready to go. I'm fired up and I'm ready to go. I'm fired up and I'm ready to go. This is the Billionaire Brown experience. Let's go.
Exactly. As we're winding down, I also had I wanted to ask you in regards to how do you feel about. Well, you know what? What was the worst advice that someone ever gave you in business?
What was the worst advice? They said, I think they just said, you gotta be prepared to die for your dream.
What is that?
It was one of those motivational, you got to be prepared to give up everything for your dream. I just, and I even bought into it for a minute. And I bought into the hype, and then it was, I got to do this. When I sat back there and I thought the exact opposite, I have to live for my dream. And to everybody in the audience, make sure that you're living life while you're building the life that you want, because life is happening right now. These people that sacrifice absolutely everything to only work and then work on aspects. Yes, you're working toward a goal, but let's be realistic. That dream might not happen. That business might not launch. So do you want to take those 5 years, 10 years, if it ends up being that or more, and have no life whatsoever? I left Los Angeles to move to Florida because this is the life that I wanted to live. And even in new projects that I'm developing, as I help other clients, I'm living every single day while I'm still working toward other things, but I'm living. Don't die inside for your dream and have nothing. You can live, you can be happy, you can thrive. And by living and being happy and still being you, it can make you a better worker for your dream.
What's your favorite app, most used app that you use?
Most used app? That's a good question. Just pulling up the phone right here. I probably tend to, what's it say here? iHeart.
iHeartRadio?
Yep.
What channels do you like to listen to?
Well, it's funny you mentioned Cat Williams. I love comedy.
Okay.
I mean, most of the stuff, I listen to a couple occasional business talk shows, but most of it is comedy. I love 70s comedy. I'm the biggest, I'm 43 years old. Okay. So like when I was a little kid, Richard Pryor was everything. It was Richard Pryor. It was Robin Williams. It was all those cats. And so I'm listening to Richard Pryor. I was just watching Brewster's Millions. I don't know if you ever saw that. That's a funny one for your audience if you guys haven't caught that. Richard Pryor has to spend millions of dollars to inherit this $1 million fortune. And this one point where he goes, I'm going to make you so sick of money. It's really cool. I didn't mean to get off on that. Yeah, but yeah, Richard Pryor, Brewster's Millions, rent it, download it. Funny movie.
Okay, awesome. And I think that's... Yeah, this was actually good.
This was actually good.
Yeah, this was actually good. Last one. If you have, let's say a business owner, let's say somebody has a job and they've been thinking about becoming an entrepreneur, but they don't know how, they don't know what. Let's say nobody in their family is an entrepreneur, that none of their friends are entrepreneurs, but they have a job, they always wanted to start a business. What would someone like you, what would you say their first, second, and maybe third thing that they need to do is?
Begin the blueprint slow, to have that security inside of that job and be able to build out a structure with the security that you have is the best thing in the world. So the first thing is, I always say, start with that list of, tell me 20 things that the business you imagine is and 20 things you imagine it isn't, and then build from there. The more that you can slowly define and see all the details, laying them out, and then beginning to understand what those details are going to cost and how much those details are going to take time. But just starting right there from the beginning, what is it? What isn't it? That's a beautiful place to begin.
What would they do after that?
After that, you either you get with somebody like me for an hour, or another stylist strategist to build a plan for them to fill in the blanks, so that as they have time, beginning to build a budget structure, beginning to understand what pieces are missing. Maybe even at that point, that early on, reserving a domain name, holding onto a website, web hosting, beginning to find someone with graphics. We can all build our dreams over a slower period of time, much more effective, and then the end result can come a lot faster, as opposed to, I got to spend 8 hours on this today. You can spend 8 minutes. Then you develop the content, you begin to define it. But most of all, inside of all that, keep it quiet. You share too many ideas. I come from the land of LA. We overheard stuff in coffee shops. Oh man, they stole that TV show from us. Nope, you gave it up. You talked about it around some people that had the money and the means to make that thing happen, and you talked openly without protecting it. We stole it.
I love it. All right, so you're obviously on all social media platforms. Are we just looking for Loren Wiseman?
Yep.
Okay, Loren Wiseman all across the board.
All across the board. And if you say you came here from you, I'll do a 25% discount on any hour or any package.
All right, I love that. And before I let you go, I always like to give our guests an opportunity to say, you have any final message, or any time that I cut you off, do you have anything that you would like to share in closing as we get out of here?
No, man, this was a fun talk. And like I said, this is exactly how I want to spend an afternoon, and I appreciate you taking the time to spend it with me.
Absolutely, man. Thank you so much, Loren Wiseman. Ladies and gentlemen, again, this is the Billionaire Brown Experience. Subscribe, write a review, and until next time, continue to be.
Dental problems don't get better the longer you wait. They just get worse and more expensive. The #1 dental plan in America today guarantees to save you 20 to 80% on all dental procedures you can get done in the dental office. Regular teeth cleanings all the way up to cosmetic dentistry. No waiting periods. Contact a benefit consultant immediately to find out what open enrollment specials are available in your state today. 888-674-9409.